Getting Things Done by David Allen. Irrespective of how you define success, to progress rapidly towards it, you need to be productive and an effective time manager. David Allen's book, Getting Things Done, The Art of Stress-Free Productivity, is the best time management and productivity book in the self-help genre. It offers timeless advice that, when applied, will transform your personal and business life. You can do anything, but not everything. If you're interested in this book, you can get 2 audiobooks for free with a trial of Audible using the link. At the heart of David Allen's book is the Getting Things Done system, GTD. At its barest, the system states that to get things done, you first need to define what it means to have something done and what that process looks like. Once you have that in mind, and preferably on paper, you then need to get into a state of flow, workflow. Getting into this state requires that you manage where your attention goes, what that means to you, and when your attention is not on something that improves your productivity or allows you to get things done rapidly and productively, refocusing on what matters, and doing so as often as necessary. If you don't pay appropriate attention to what has your attention, it will take more of your attention than it deserves. In this book summary, we look at the key ideas you will learn from reading and implementing Getting Things Done, The Art of Stress-Free Productivity. Lesson 1. Employ PreWork. The Merriam-Webster Dictionary defines PreWork as preliminary work, any work conducted as preparation for some other work or activity. Whenever you are about to embark on a new undertaking, plan it out in the mind, and then put it down on paper as fast as possible. This frees up your mind's computing capacity. Your mind is for having ideas, not holding them. PreWork is all about organizing your work, what you need to do, so that by having a system in place, an idea of the steps it will take to achieve your aim, it shall be that much easier to remain attentive to the things that matter, the things that improve your productivity, and allow you to get things done. You don't actually do a project. You can only do action steps related to it. When enough of the right action steps have been taken, some situation will have been created that matches your initial picture of the outcome closely enough that you can call it done. When you pre-work or pre-plan your work in your mind, but preferably on paper, it becomes easier to recognize distractions, including seemingly urgent tasks that eat away your time, but do very little to improve your overall productivity at the end of the day. Lesson 2. Create a Sunday list. We all know the value of a to-do list. It gives us a broad idea of the things you want or need to do. What most of us fail to realize about a to-do list is that when the things on the list are cyclic, and we barely take action towards their achievement or completion, they become counterproductive, and therefore detrimental to our productivity and well-being. It's a waste of time and energy to keep thinking about something that you make no progress on. Getting Things Done introduces the concept of a Sunday list, a list whose primary purpose is to help you get ideas off your mind, so that they stop taking up your attention and mental capacity and onto paper for later review. Most often, the reason something is on your mind is that you want it to be different than it currently is. And yet, you haven't clarified exactly what the intended outcome is. You haven't decided what the very next physical action step is, or you haven't put reminders of the outcome and the action required in a system you trust. What ideas or tasks should go on your Sunday list? According to Allen, the items on your Sunday list should be ones that require incubation or immediate action, but that are worth keeping for the future. By having them off your mind and onto a list, it becomes easier to concentrate on what you need to do right now, which makes you more attentive to important tasks and therefore more productive at days/week's end. Everything you've told yourself you ought to do, your mind thinks you should do right now. Frankly, as soon as you have 2 things to do stored in your RAM, you've generated personal failure, because you can't do 2 things at the same time. This produces an all-pervasive stress factor, whose source can't be pinpointed. Conclusion. To become more productive, free your mind from the non-essential, so that you can concentrate on what is essential and impactful to your ability to use time productively.